horse meat. So I don't have a problem with eating horse meat. I don't think I ever have. Of course, I've had hot dogs. God knows what's in those. So I would eat a horse if presented with a meat. One thing I insist on is that the package that the horse meat comes in says horse meat on it. There's a huge dust up right now in Britain. What's happened is somebody, okay, here's the story the way I heard it. Someone in Britain was practicing forensics. And what they did is they opened up a package of, I believe it was lasagna, that they bought at the store, and they genetically tested the meat. Even though it was cooked, they genetically tested it, and it came back as horse meat instead of cow meat or beef. They took it to the teacher and said, this ain't right. So they went and tested more packages, and sure enough, they found a bunch of horse meat in several different packages of prepared food. They talk to the authorities flip out about it, and it makes national news, international news, because this is Britain, they're finding it. Now, it's interesting to me that people aren't really flipping out that it was horse meat. People are flipping out that it says beef on the package, so they want beef in the package. That's the way it should work. People shouldn't be upset that it's horse. You like horses, you don't want to eat horse. So what? That's fine. Don't eat horse meat. I would probably buy horse meat if it was available in the store and it was cheaper than regular meat, but that's where we hit the rub. The whole reason this thing happened is because it comes out of Eastern Europe, the horse meat, and it gets shuffled around Europe through 5 or 6 vendors, 5 or 6 transfers of ownership, and then suddenly, oh look, it winds up in a beef package, and someone boxes it up and sells it at the market as beef. And that's what they're doing right now, as the authorities are going in and tearing these webs of transfer apart all across Europe, all across the world, and trying to figure out, okay, what the hell happened? How did this happen? How did this stuff, who is responsible for converting this from the packaging from saying horse meat to saying beef? So that's where we're at. Another funny thing to me is the people are actually coming out and saying, this is people on the street coming out and saying, well, if they're lying about it's beef or horse meat, what else are they lying about? That's how it should work. That's what people should be concerned about. I'm very proud of people for being concerned about the right things in this case. The same thing I would be concerned about. And they're saying, well, if they're lying about it coming from a horse, they might be lying about the quality of care that they're giving the meat when they transfer it. Maybe they're lying about the refrigeration, blah, whatever. And it's funny, we listen to some of the interviews and everybody agrees, okay, yeah, it's got to say horse meat if it's horse meat. And it seems like the people in the industry are trying to just get through this as quick as possible because they want to get back to a state of normalcy. And some of the people on the street are saying, well, okay, fine, sell me horse meat at half the cost of beef. They sell it in Europe. You can actually go to France and buy horse meat just on a counter. Another thing that gets me is one of the local butchers in England said, if I sold horse meat and called it beef, I'd wind up in prison. But if the big markets come out and do it, so far no one's gone to prison yet. He said, they would be shut down that day, and everything he had ever touched would be torn apart and find out what was going on. He said all these markets, of course, stay in business because, hey, somebody's got to hand the food out to the people, right? But how unfair it is for the big guy to get a break when the little guys wouldn't. All right, there is no way this is coming out on camera. No, not a bit. Damn it. I've gotten in the habit lately of trying to decide what to wear, as in jacket or no jacket, by looking at my phone and looking at the clock app, which also has a weather app built into it. And it cracks me up. I don't look outside. I don't stick my face out the door for 2 seconds to figure out what the temp's like. No, I look at my phone. I could just as easily check the weather in Beirut as, in my driveway. It just cracks me up how small the planet's becoming, and wonder if I will live to see the solar system shrink that much. but I doubt it. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but it appears we've had a loss. Oh no! It snuck up on me. It was over here and I didn't see it, and there it is. Now it's behind the sign. It's been hiding. It snuck up on me, awesome. But the pallet's still in place, in front of the tire place, and the tire over in the corner. Man, I don't know what's going on with that tire, but it's getting more action than I am. Anyway, you can have any comments or whatever, put them in the comments, let me know what you think.